Hello, everyone. Welcome to IQ Podcasts. I'm your host, Praveen Mishra, and another topic for our discussion today related to the subjects of social issues along with social justice. And yes, the Indian society is into the picture as well. Today's topic is not just with these subjects, it also directs towards another subject that is Indian polity and governance. And it's about the corruption happening in India, happening in the Indian judicial system, basically. Yes, the biggest cancer to India's growth and development, the biggest disease to India's growth and development is cancer. No doubt in that India, with utmost amount of resources, from natural resources to good amount, ample amount of manpower to skilled manpower, still lacking behind in economy, in GDP, in growth rate, and many other economic parameters from those countries which do not even have as compared to that much amount of resources, right? But still, those countries, they do not have that big level of corruption or that big level of illness or disease known as corruption. Point is, Indian leaders, Indian politicians, since day one, they haven't been kept under the bar or under the umbrella that will provide them to have the transparency or accountability. Because of the biggest reason was the unawareness and the illiteracy or uneducation of us, of ours, that is the masses. Till 20th century, education and literacy used to be something which was not present to the majority of the Indian citizens. Though we have crossed almost the first quarter of the 21st century, still today, not every citizen is empowered with education, but yes, the data, they are preferably right now when we talk about comparatively well enough as compared to the data as we had in the 20th centuries, till the 20th century basically. So, corruption, it provided our ministers, our politicians, our national leaders some leniency and some flexibility to go ahead and loot as much as they can, as there were no one to answer. Or literally, if there were some people, there were some people only, and it was easy for all of these power holders to silence those names or the voices. So, when we talk about corruption in the judiciary, it is not once again a new thing. It's not something that we are watching or hearing about the corruption in the judiciary for the first time. No, absolutely not. But yes, this time it's way beyond the level of seriousness. It's an issue that needs to be answered. It's a grievance, the grievance of not just the masses. It's the grievance to the democratic structure, to the transparency and accountability concept of our democracy. That is the case of Justice Yashwant Verma. What has happened? What is the case? You guys are now totally aware that some currency was burnt at the official residence, right? The currency was being set up, placed at the official residence of Justice Burma. What's the next thing? What actions they have been taken against Justice Burma? He has been transferred from Delhi High Court to Allahabad High Court. He took oath very recently and now is undergoing his duties at the Honorable Allahabad High Court bench. Well, first of all, the questions. Why this big amount, this much hefty amount of cash, and how it was available at the judge's official residence? Secondly, why it was set ablaze? Why it was fired? Why? And the second question is, okay, even if the currency, even if the money belonged to him legally, that is all through the white means, and no black means they have been, taken up there. Okay, that's also not a big deal. But the point is, according to the Coinage Act of 2011, and according to Section 489 and 489 capital A of the erstwhile Indian Penal Code, burning, destroying, manipulating, or any type of fabrication towards a currency, that is, call it a banknote or simple a coin, is a punishable offense. Punishment could last up to 7 years of imprisonment. Even if you are burning a 1 rupee note, 2 rupee note, 5 rupee note, 10 rupee note, to 20, 50, 100, 500, 2000, whatsoever note do you have, doesn't make any difference. You are burning the currency, it's a punishable offense. even if you are burning one single note of one single rupee, then also it is an offensive act. And here, what the news has told us, some good chunk of money, could be in lakhs or crores whatsoever, not the exact data is available, was burned, was set ablaze. What action has been taken against Justice Verma? And why he was not suspended? Why no investigation and no inquiry or no committee has been established yet? Yes, after the news came out a couple of days later, a week later actually, the internal inquiry was established. But it has been more than 2 weeks more. Fortnight has crossed. What has happened to that internal inquiry inside the judiciary? Are you aware? Have you heard about this news? Have you heard about any such particular update over this? No, the update is to us. Justice Verma is right now undergoing, it is not undergoing actually, Justice Verma has right now taken oath as the judge of the Honorable Allahabad High Court. Right? Why so? And why is this happening? And how is this even happening? How is this even possible? Right? Welcome to democracy. Welcome to the democracy we have in the 21st century. And you know what? The newspapers, they are also telling us, the data is what they are telling us from multiple websites. According to the fresh data, out of 769 serving judges in our all 25 high courts, 769 judges we have got in 25 high courts of our country, only 95% of them have disclosed their assets. Yep, that's correct. That is exactly 12.35% of them. 769 high court judges. How many of them have disclosed their assets? 95. That is, speaking mathematically, 12.35% only. Wow. The states, the high courts actually, which have performed some exceptional tasks here when it comes to the disclosure of assets of the judges of the high courts, that is, first and foremost, it should be applauded, it should be given an ovation as well. That is the Kerala High Court. Whatsoever the conditions could be, but Kerala High Court judges, they have done this thing. They have maintained the transparency. That is, out of 44, yes, the 44 judges, they are present as of now into the Kerala High Court. Out of them, 41 have disclosed their assets. Then, the very next state here, the very next state High Court, which is even more better into the figures, that is Himachal Pradesh High Court. Out of 12, 11 of them so far have disclosed their assets. But the concern is with regard to 3 states. This is Delhi, Madras, and Chhattisgarh. Delhi High Court judges, 38 of them there, and only 7, yes, only 7, yeah, thala for a reason, only 7 of them have disclosed their assets yet. The worst is with regard to the Chhattisgarh High Court, 16 out of them, okay, 16 of them there, and only 1 judge has disclosed about the assets. Out of 16, how many? Just 1. And now the deadly one, Madras High Court. Out of 65 judges there, only 5 of them have made their assets public, that is disclosed the official information, right? So the top performance and an applause is needed here to the states of Kerala and Himachal Pradesh. That is Kerala out of 44, 41 of them. Himachal Pradesh out of 12, 11 of them. But the concern, Chhattisgarh out of 16, only 1. Delhi out of 38, only 7. And yes, lastly, Madras out of 65, only 5. How can it be so? And next question here. Are judges inside judiciary, from higher judiciary, that is high courts to Supreme Court, are they having any legal obligation or a constitutional obligation to disclose of their assets? What's your opinion? What do you think? Do they have? Think over it. Well, let it be. The answer is no. The judiciary is not bound through any legal means or any constitutional means as well to disclose of their assets. Well, for the timeline, we have got three different eras. That is the son of 1997, 2009, and 2019. In 1997, the Honorable Supreme Court stated that it's the Chief Justice of India only. Yes, it's the Chief Justice of India only to whom judges should disclose their assets. It should not be made public. No valid reasons I found in this. No logic I found in this. Well, the public servants, they are bound to do that. The contesting MPs and MLAs, they are bound to do that. Why not judges? What's the problem? So 1997, Honorable Supreme Court of India gave a clear-cut statement, clear-cut. That is, the judges should disclose their assets only to the Master of Rooster, that is, Chief Justice of India. Right. 2009, another update. Disclose your assets to public. Okay, wow, nice. But it's voluntary in nature. It's not mandatory for the judges to disclose their assets. If you want to voluntarily disclose your assets, go on, man. Yep. But it's not mandatory for you. And in 2019, the next big update. Supreme Court this time took a very positive and cognizant action as well. This time as well. That is, the judges' property, they are not personal, and being the public office holder, it's now their responsibility as well to disclose of their assets in case someone is asking. That is, when an RTI has been filed, then you can disclose of their assets. You disclose of your assets. Still, it is mandatory. No, it is voluntary in nature. Well, this is a grave issue. This is a grief, this is a pain, this is a poignance that our freedom fighters, their soul, if they do exist, the soul thing, the spirit thinks, they would be even crying today that we gave up our lives, we gave up everything, we faced at most amount of torture, pain, and everything. What's the most brutal thing you can imagine our freedom fighters they have? From Kartar Singh Sarabha to Batugeshwar Dutt to Udham Singh, to Bhagat Singh, to Chandrasekhar Azad, to Rajguru, to Sachin Sanyal, to every one of them. Their souls might not have yet rested in peace as they would be watching, right? The us to us, that is the nation of India, the people of India, the public office bearers of India, that how the things are going on. Discrimination, religious extremism, casteism, the gender discrimination at its peak, all-time high. We are divided between north and south, northwest versus northeast, this versus that, right? We are divided between religion, we are divided between castes, upper, the lower, whatsoever. All rubbish and nonsense things. And now, a thing that shouldn't have existed ever, and this is what corruption is. It shouldn't have existed ever. That too, in a country like India, with people, within people like India. Because we have faced utmost amount of brutality and subjugation because of the 200 and plus years of the imperial rule. And apart from that, even before the imperial rule, the situations, they were not so worthy enough. But when we gained independence, the people of India, they had a ray of hope that now it will be a good India coming to us, a great India coming to us. Yes, not utopia, but a welfare state could be coming to us. But at what cost? Has it come yet? If it is, where are they? Where are those welfare states? So, where is my achhe din, simply speaking, right? So, coming to the point here, that is disclosure of assets. They are still voluntary. And yes, they are made the subject to right to information, that is RTI, but still it's not mandatory for any of the judge yet to disclose of their assets. Yes, it's not a subject of criticism. It's not a subject of, just going ahead and defaming someone. No, absolutely not. It's the duty and every office holder, every public office holder or bearer has got this democratic duty to maintain the transparency and have the accountability. And yes, this is what the parliamentary committee reports they have also stated, that it should be annually done by all the public office bearers to disclose of their assets, right? So when you are holding a public office and drawing a salary from the exchequer, it's your responsibility to disclose of your assets annually. But yet, not done. Specifically, the concern is from judiciary. The figures, they are hurting. They are hurting. They are disturbing. They are heartbreaking once again, right? So, guys, what's your opinion? I would literally like to know your opinion into the comment section. We would like to discuss your opinion as well into the upcoming next IQ podcasts. What's your opinion? Were all the datas, all the facts represented by us? Thank you so much, guys. This is me, Praveen Mishra, signing off with today's IQ podcast. See you all in the very next one. And till then, bye bye. Good day. Take care. Jai Hind. Jai Bharat.